Sheriff Boyd, how has Biden's border crises affected your county out there in Texas and your response to Kamala Harris's strategy of focusing on creating jobs in Central America rather than enforcing U.S. law?
Well, first off, Chris, I'll flat out say I have absolutely no faith in the federal government to do anything. I would rather put my faith in somebody local and with people that might actually do something, and that's not going to be the federal government. Firsthand, I'll let you know, Goliad County is about 200 miles from the valley. We're about 7,400 people. And very quickly, our problem is this current policy has brought criminal element into our community at an unprecedented rate. As recent as last week, I encountered two people who I suspected to be involved in human trafficking at a local gas station. Homeland Security confirmed that one of them was an individual whose fingerprints were found on a vehicle that was found after it was recovered after a pursuit and a bailout. It was a stolen truck a couple of counties away. Earlier this year, we had a deceased female from Honduras that was found within our county who had been smuggled into the country. After she passed away, they dumped her on the side of the road about 5 miles north of town. We're discovering multiple stash sites within our community, and we have an increase in pursuits and bailouts within our region that are negatively impacting the safety of our citizens and the use of the resources of the sheriff's office.
Good grief. And of course, I don't know if, well, I know you probably have heard, Sheriff Boyd, about this statistic, but just in 1 week, 10 sex offenders have been stopped. These are all the Democrat socialist people, these sex offenders they're letting into the country as well across the entirety of the southern border. I want to ask both of you this. Crime rates across many cities, Democrat-run cities, continue to skyrocket, particularly in places like Portland, Seattle, Chicago, and New York. Sheriff Boyd, here in the great state of Texas, some cities like Dallas and Austin have defunded their police departments. How are you protecting those in Goliad County that have been abandoned by the federal government by Biden and then Democrats in those big cities in Texas?
Well, first off, we've never depended on the federal government for anything. Down here in South Texas, we tend to fend for ourselves. Recently, I held a meeting with about 15 different law enforcement agencies, and we're working on a cooperative with regional law enforcement to try to conduct some coordinated enforcement efforts. We've done a limited amount of this, and it's proven to be very effective. I agree with Sheriff Lamb. This is a transition from a republic to a Marxist state. And if you read the 8 stages of moving from a republic to a Marxist state, we've done everything except for gun control completely. It's a travesty what's going on. As a father of 4 children and a man who loves this country, I'm a 7th-generation Texan. My family goes all the way back to before the American Revolution, and it disgusts me to see what's going on. But just like Sheriff Lamb, not in my county and not on my watch. I'm going to do everything that within my powers to bring this to an end in our county and provide safety and security to the people who live here.
If you guys can just give me a response here, about 30 to 40 seconds each. I just wanted to get this to both of you. Amazon is under fire tonight. It's allowing shoppers to buy what they call Blue Lives Matter apparel on its site. You can buy masks, T-shirts, and other pieces of garbage. Sheriff Boyd, how about you? You think that Amazon has every right to be a bunch of cop haters?
I agree with Sheriff Lamb. They can do whatever they want. Doesn't mean we have to buy their products from them, but it's just one more stage in the division of this country in an attempt to move us from a republic to a Marxist state. It won't be long before we'll be a faux democracy on the world stage. We'll pretend to be an open and free society, but in reality, we'll be no better than Mexico.
Sheriff Mark Lamb and Sheriff Roy Boyd. Gentlemen, thank you for the service to your communities, this country.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys later.